Narito na.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your host with the most, King Gio in the house. And no, I'm not driving. I am stationed. I am parked. I'm not idled. My car is turned off. So don't worry about it. So just stay with me for a little bit. I want YouTube algorithm to go on. But we're going to talk about something that's very interesting. Whether it's true or it's not true. But the rumors have been going around that Donald Trump wants to or have discussed about giving his kids and Giuliani a preemptive pardon. Whether it's true or not, we don't know. Those are just speculation. But let's just see how this looks in the eye of America. But in my eye, to be honest with you, there's never been a president who's been given a presumptive pardon. Jimmy Carter pardoned Nixon, but no other president has seek pardon or even thought about seeking pardon like they say Donald Trump has with him, his kids, for Giuliani. And if this is true, because he can only pardon, he's not above the law, so there's no charges against him. So how can he pardon himself unless there's charges against him? You have to be charged for something in order for you to be given a pardon, and that's why in this case they call it preemptive. That's before the fact. But even if that's possible, I don't know. I'm not a political lawyer or a constitutional lawyer. I've studied law, but not constitutional law. So I don't know how that's going to work. But just to even entertain the idea and to say that he thinks that Biden's going to come after him, I don't think Biden will come after him, because Biden has more important things to do than to come after Donald Trump. If anything comes for Donald Trump, it's going to be New York or other states or the IRS for him owing money. If he owes, I'm only assuming that he does. So to even think about a preemptive pardon, or to even think about pardon, it just makes you look bad. It makes you look guilty. Period. He wants to, why should I pardon myself if I got nothing to, I got nothing to hide. I didn't do anything wrong. So he says, but there's been a lot of things wrong. He lied to the DOJ. That's why Mueller didn't want to press any charges, or couldn't press any charges, because under the DOJ rules, a sitting president cannot be indicted. And when they asked him, did you find anything about President Trump, he said, under the DOJ rules, we cannot indict or press charges on a sitting president. That I will leave up to Congress. So that right there is telling you, yes, we did find something, but we cannot say what it is, because even if we said it, it would do no good, because we cannot charge him for that. So that's going to be up for debate once he comes out of office. So it just makes you wonder how this man is taking this presidency to a whole new level. He's taking his country to a whole new level. He's taking his party to a whole new level. Things that we've never seen. I mean, we've seen corruption in both Republicans and in Democrats throughout the years. We've seen that. But we have not seen this much of a narcissism. We have not seen this much of a self-loathing of one person who thinks he is above the law, who thinks that I can do this and I can get away with this. Not only did he lose the election, he wants to say that the elections are rigged. Yesterday, his own Attorney General, Bill Barr, said there is no evidence of fraud. Is he going to get fired? He fired the guy from cybersecurity that said that this was the most safest election there was in the history of elections. So he fired him because it was not his narrative. And now, this man has raised $173 million for his campaign. A campaign that, if you didn't read the fine print, it's not going to go to his defense team. It's going to go to his campaign, and he can use that money whichever way he chooses to. That's the law. There is no limit. There's nothing, he doesn't have to spend it on something specific. So he can spend $173 million that you guys send him for his defense team. He can spend it on whatever he wants. He can spend it on his house. He can spend it on buy more cars. He can spend it on money that he owes, because there is no law stating that he cannot. He can spend it. It says he can spend it whichever way he wants. So this is the type of man that you guys are rooting for. You guys put flag. I saw a flag one day that says Trump is bigger than God. That was shameful. That's blasphemy. But anyways, and you parade this man up, and now you contribute to his party. You contribute to his lunacy. You contribute to his farce. You go around saying this whole thing was a fraud when there is no fraud. Okay, if there would have been fraud, this would have been done a long time ago. Why? Are the Democrats preventing the Republicans to show proof? Are the Democrats preventing Donald Trump from showing proof? No. If Donald Trump and his team had proof, they would have shown it a long time ago. All right. Yesterday I saw a thing in the newspaper where it says that Dominion, the machine that did the voting, that the Dominions are taking out these machines under court order, because the court orders, I guess in Pennsylvania, they could take out the machines. And you see people say, "Oh my!" You saw one lady say, "Oh my God, why they doing this? Why does somebody call the police so the police can block them?" Another person says, "This is just admitting guilt." For whatever it may be, they're not satisfied. The Republicans are not satisfied that Donald Trump did lose the election. There was no corruption. There was no fraud. He got bit. He got bit by his own ass. He got bit in his ass by himself. He kept telling the people, do not vote by mail because it's going to be fraud. Don't vote by mail. So everybody decided to, the Republican Party decided to vote in person. Whether or not they would have voted by mail, I don't think that would have made a difference. But more people voted. Donald Trump got a big following. He got 74 million people to vote for him. That's a lot. That's more than any Republican nominee or any Republican president. Okay, but if you got 7 million to 6 million more votes than Donald Trump, that means that those 7 million could have been Republicans that got tired of the stupidity of Donald Trump, got tired of the stupidity of this man's nuisances, of this man's taking. If you look at everything that he's done, anything when he went to Afghanistan, well, he didn't go where he sent no troops to Afghanistan. They killed Benghazi, they killed this, and then Benghazi, they killed this person. He takes all the credit for himself. He never says, not like Barack Obama when they did what they did. He gave credit to the armed forces, and his speech was like maybe a minute long, 45 seconds to a minute long. Donald Trump, when the terrorists were killed, he spent a good 45 minutes talking about himself. Talking about, we went in there and we knocked the door down, something like, we just put the bombs there. Normally you knock the door down, you knock on the door, blah, blah. But we didn't do that. We just went there, blah. That's not the way you talk. He's taking credit for something that he inherited. The economy, the unemployment. He said that he did more for blacks than any other president. No, he has not. He has not done more blacks. Blacks did something for blacks. Blacks went out there and blacks got jobs. Hispanics went out there and got Hispanic, because he didn't make a specific program. They can say, you know what, this program is dedicated. This program is specifically for black and Latinos, so they can get more jobs. No, he didn't do that. Nothing was done. The only thing you can think about is when he did the tax, when he did the tax break, and big businesses were able to hire more because they pay less in taxes. Now that they're paying less in taxes, the one thing that people don't know is that when he did that tax break in 2016, starting this year, 2026, those taxes that he took off, now you're going to pay those taxes back, but little by little. It was, what was the tax rate? 32%, 28%, something like that? From now on, from 2021 to 2027, those taxes that he took off will get back. It's going to come back on the books, but it's not going to come back straight. You're going to start paying it slowly, year by year. And once you reach 2027, The same taxes that he took off, they said you don't have to pay. You're gonna have to pay those. You're gonna be paying the same amount or a little bit more in 2027 than you were in 2016. So he gave you a reprieve for a while, but then he said, "I'm gonna shoot it all up." So and then you have his lawyers on national TV on a podcast saying that the cybersecurity guy who said that this was the most secure election in the history of the United States, he needed to be stepped outside. He needed to be lynched and shot like a dog. This is from his part. This is the lawyer from Donald Trump. This is the one is not ethical. This violates everything from a lawyer standpoint of view. He can get disbarred. He can go to criminal charges because he basically threatened the guy. But he gets away with it. But the funny thing is that we go around parading these fools. You're threatening a man because he did his job. And he's a Republican, and he did his job. And you don't like the narrative. And that's the thing about Republicans. You don't like the narrative. Yesterday, there was a stimulus that was up for $990 billion. And Mitch McConnell said no. Mitch McConnell said no. He wants to do a skinnier bill of $500 billion. Like if that money belongs to him. All that money that they're doing, all that money, that's taxpayers' money, guys. That's somewhere, somehow. They may tell you it's not, but at the end of the day, it is. So if you add $1 trillion or $2 trillion to a deficit that's already there, we're on a national debt of $27 trillion. That's never going to subside. That's never going to go down. That's never going to get paid. That national debt is money that the federal government took out as loans. When they take out federal loans and stuff like that. So that's not going to subside. You can do without student loans. Because without the student loans, then that person who's paying student loan, it's able to go and to put more into the economy because they have more money. I just said some people say, "Oh, but I'm paying my student loan," or "I pay my student loan." Yeah, but those were different times. Times have changed. We need to move on. Do a clean slate. But it's just incredible that you have a man who supposedly is seeking a presumptive pardon for his kids and Giuliani. Now, how true is that? I don't know. But Giuliani is a disgrace to the Italian race. Giuliani is a disgrace to anyone who wants to seek law, who wants to go on the law school, wants to go for law school, who wants to seek justice. He is a disgrace. He really is. And it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that a man is parading up and down, making a fool of himself. And then Donald Trump is no smarter than him, so Donald Trump lets him. And then you people keep sending Donald Trump money for contributions. Why don't you get that money to the poor? $173 million could have fed a lot of people. $173 million could have helped another nation whose people are not eating, whose people are starving. Africa, Venezuela, the people of Venezuela under Maduro are suffering right now under the communist regime. You could be doing so much instead of sending this guy $173 million that he can do with that as he pleases, because the law doesn't have stipulations or doesn't have anything that says you cannot do it. And it's a shame, guys. It's a shame that you guys allowed this man to do this much damage to the United States. Someone the other day, when the vaccine comes out, you guys are going to give credit to Donald Trump. Give credit to Donald Trump for what? He's not the one doing the vaccine. And in any pandemic, whoever the sitting president is, the FDA is going to rush it. The FDA is going to rush it because it's a pandemic. They need to get this done. They don't want as many people dying. So the FDA is going to do emergencies. And they're going to say, okay, fine, as long as you got the data right, your medication can go through without doing those 5-year periods and so many trials. So don't give him credit. Say, oh, it was because of him or because he funded it. No, he had to. Had no other choice. You didn't sit down and say, you know what? We have an idea that no, none of that. But just to tell you how far Donald Trump has gone, that if it's true, thinking about preemptively pardoning his kids, because he knows that something big is going to come out. I don't think Joe Biden is going to do something. I think he's more of a man than that. I think he's going to deal more with the country as a whole than to go after Donald Trump. Now, if the new DOJ decides to go after Donald Trump or what it can be, that's on them. You know, he has alienated a lot of people, a lot of law enforcement from FBI, CIA, everyone, because when it doesn't go his way, he starts talking shit about them. You know? And like I said, here we are, December the 2nd, still no stimulus. People are suffering. Cyber Monday and Black Friday didn't produce what they thought it was going to produce. Why? Because people got no money to spend. Some people are living check by check. Okay? COVID's going up. Soon they're going to lock something down. We have no stimulus. Can you now? So, what are we going to do? Soon these moratorium for rental assistance, for mortgage assistance, and all that kind of stuff, they're going to run out. Student loan forbearance are going to run out. Then what are we going to do? Now every 6 months or every 8 months, we're going to go through the same bullshit all over again to get a bipartisan or get a partisan bill that can pass and can give more stimulus to the people, when this should have been done a long time ago, and give people who are not working bi-weekly checks, do your stimulus, or give someone, or give a family $2,000 a month and let them live on that. Right? It's coming out of taxpayers' money. The debt's not going to ever get paid, $27 trillion. So, what's the point here? Why are you making people suffer? Have you seen 2 weeks ago the food line in Texas? It's sad. In this country, that's sad. The food line in California, in this country, that's sad. I am in agreement with some of the people, like the governor from California, who says mask up, and then later on he's in a restaurant. He shouldn't be doing that. Another person in California also got caught in a restaurant. I think was a senator or something like that, a mayor, saying mask up, and he was in a restaurant. These are the things you don't do. You cannot say to people, mask up, and then you go outside and they catch you in a restaurant not wearing your mask. Or having outdoor parties or drinking. Or you don't do that, because you're going to get caught. And then that makes you look like a hypocrite. And then people are not going to follow you. People are going to say, well, look at Newsom. Governor Newsom says one thing and he's doing another thing. That's not leadership. It really isn't.